Namaste. My name is JVN Manisha Singh, Assistant Professor in Department of Food and Biotechnology under Faculty of Agriculture and Veterinary Sciences in Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. I am teaching you subject unit operation in food industries for class BSc FST second semester and BTech FBT second semester. Okay. In previous session, we were discussed all about the evaporation principle, and types of evaporation. In today's session, we will discuss all about the distillation process, its principle, types of distillation, etc. So let's start the topic and study the distillation. As you all know, distillation is a unit operation which involves the separation of a vaporizable component from a multi-component system and subsequent condensation of vapors. Distillation is a process of separating the component substances from a liquid mixture by selective evaporation and condensation. Distillation is defined as the separation of the components of liquid mixture by a process involving vaporization and subsequently condensation at another place. Okay, so there are various applications in which distillation is used. For example, separation of the volatile oils. For example, cloves eugenol comprises 70 to 90% vanillin and acetyl eugenol. And separation of drugs obtained from plant and animal sources, vitamin A from fish liver oil. Okay. Next is purification of organic solvents. That means absolute alcohol, that is 100%. Purification of drugs obtained from chemical process, manufacture of official preparation like spirit of nitrous ether, spirit of ammonia, distilled water, etc. And quality control methods, that is alcohol content in elixir, and refining of petroleum products, that is petroleum ether 60 and 80, and recovery of solvents, that is synthesis. Okay, so there are various terminology used for the distillation is the binary mixture. As you all know, when the two liquids mix together and they are miscible with each other in all the proportion, and such miscible liquid are known as binary mixture of liquid. For example, ethanol and water, acetone and water, and benzene and carbon tetrachloride. Now next is ideal solution, and you can say perfect solution. Ideal solution is defined as the one in which there is no change in the properties of the components other than dilution when they mix to form the solution. Okay, so the property of ideal solution is total volume of the solution is equal to the volume of sum of volumes of each component, and no heat absorbed and no heat evolved. Okay, so no chemical reaction in between. Final volume of solution represents the additive property of individual components. Okay, and it also follows Raoult's law. Okay. Next is the real solution. Most systems shows varying degree of deviation from Raoult's law depending on the nature of liquids and temperature. These solutions are known as real solution. So, property of real solution is heat may absorb or evolve. Chemical reaction occurs in between. Final volume of the solution represents additive property of individual components and don't follow Raoult's law. Examples are the carbon tetrachloride plus cyclohexane, chloroform, and ethane. Okay. Next is volatility. The volatility of any substance in the solution may be defined as the equilibrium partial pressure of substance in vapor phase divided by the mole fraction of the substance in the solution. For example, a substance A in a liquid mixture has partial pressure Pa and its concentration in the mixture is Xa on a mole fraction scale. So volatility of the component A is partial pressure, vapor pressure of A divided by mole fraction Xa of A in solution. So Va is equal to Pa upon Xa. The volatility of a material in the pure state is equal to the vapor pressure of the material. Okay. So the relative volatility, consider a liquid mixture containing two components A and B. In such case, the volatility of one component is expressed in terms of second as below. Okay, so relative volatility is volatility of component A upon volatility of component B is equal to VA by VB. Then the vapor pressure, it is defined as the pressure exerted by a vapor in thermodynamic equilibrium with its condensed phases at a given temperature in a closed system. The equilibrium vapor pressure is an indication of a liquid's evaporation rate, and thermodynamic equilibrium is a systematic study of transformation of matter and energy in systems as they approach equilibrium, and the word equilibrium implies in the state of balance. Okay, so azeotropic mixtures. Okay, azeotropic mixtures are the mixture of a special composition giving minimum or maximum boiling point than individual component with minimum or maximum boiling point respectively. Examples are the mixtures with maximum boiling point are mixture containing 20.2 ml of HCl plus 79.8 ml of water, and mixture with minimum boiling point is mixture containing 95.5 ml alcohol plus 4.5 ml of water. Raoult's law. Raoult's law is express a quantitative relationship between the concentration and the vapor pressure. It states that the partial vapor pressure of each volatile constituent is equal to vapor pressure of the pure constituent multiplied by its mole fraction in the solution at a given temperature. Okay, so Raoult's law general equipments used for distillation is first is still. It is a vaporizing chamber and used to place the material to be distilled. This still is heated by a suitable means for vaporization of the volatile constituents. On laboratory scale, round bottom flasks made up of glass and are used so that the progress of the distillation can be noticed. A condenser is attached to the still using the appropriate joints. A trap is inserted between the distillation flask and a condenser. Okay. Next is the condenser. It is used to condense the vapor and it is kept cold by circulating water or air through a jacket. And types are single surface condenser, straight tube condenser, bulb tube condenser, spiral condenser, coil tube condenser, double surface condenser, and multitubular condenser. The condenser is connected to a receiver through a suitable adapter. Next is the receiver. It is used to collect the distillate and it may be a simple task. Okay, simple flask. And it is immersed in ice bath to minimize the loss of volatile matters. And Florentine receivers are used for the separation of oil and water. So type of Florentine receivers are type 1 for separation of oil heavier than the water, and type 2 is for separation of oil lighter than water. Okay. Classification of distillation method. There are 9 methods. Number 1 is simple distillation, and which is also known as differential distillation. Second is flash distillation, which is also known as equilibrium distillation. Third is vacuum distillation, which is also known as distillation under reduced pressure. Molecular distillation, which is also known as evaporation distillation or short path distillation. Next is fractional distillation, also known as rectification. Then azeotropic and extractive distillation, steam distillation, destructive distillation, and compression distillation. So, simple distillation is a process of converting a single constituent from a liquid and into its vapor, transferring the vapor to another place and recovering the liquid by condensing the vapor, usually by allowing it to come in contact with a cold surface. Okay, this process is known differential distillation, as distillation is based on the differences in volatiles and vapor pressures of the components in the mixture. So what is the principle? Liquid boils when the vapor pressure is equal to the atmospheric pressure. Simple distillation is conducted at its boiling point. The higher the relative volatility of a liquid, the better is the separation by simple distillation. Heat is supplied to the liquid so that it boils. and the resulting vapor is transferred to a different place and it is condensed. Next is the construction. It consists of a distillation flask with a side arm sloping downwards. Condenser is fitted into the side arm by the means of cork, and a condenser is usually a water condenser that is jacketed for a circulation of water. The condenser is connected to a receiver flask using an adapter with ground glass joints. On a laboratory scale, the whole apparatus is made up of glass. Okay, so the liquid to be distilled is filled into the flask to 1/2 to 1/3 of its volume. Bumping is avoided by adding small pieces of porcelain before distillation. A thermometer is inserted into the cork and fixed to the flask. The thermometer bulb must be just below the level of the side arm. The water is circulated through the jacket of the condenser and the contents are heated gradually. The liquid begins to boil after some time and the vapor begins to rise up and passes down the side arm into the condenser. The temperature rises rapidly and reaches a constant value. The temperature of the distillate is noted down, which is equal to the boiling point of the liquid, and the vapor is condensed and collected into the receiver. Okay, the flame is adjusted so that distillate is collected at the rate of 1 to 2 drops per second, and distillation should be continued until a small volume of liquid remains in the flask. Applications are for the preparation of distilled water and water for injection. It is also used for volatile and aromatic water are prepared. By this, organic solvents are also purified. A few official compounds are prepared by distillation. Examples are spirit of nitrous ether and aromatic spirit of ammonia, and non-volatile solids are separated from volatile liquid. Next type of distillation is the flash distillation, and it is defined as a process in which the entire liquid mixture is suddenly vaporized, that is flash, bypassing the feed from a high pressure zone to a low pressure zone. The flash distillation is also known as equilibrium distillation, that is, separation is attempted when the liquid and the vapor phases are in equilibrium. This method is frequently carried out as a continuous process and does not involve a rectification. Then the principle of flash distillation is when a hot liquid mixture is allowed to enter from a high pressure zone into a low pressure zone, the entire liquid mixture is suddenly vaporized. Okay, this process is known as flash vaporization. During this process, the chamber gets cooled. The individual vapor phase molecules of high boiling fraction get condensed while low boiling fraction remains as vapor. Okay. The working principle is the feed is pumped through a heater at a certain pressure and the liquid gets heated, which enters the vapor liquid separator through a pressure reducing valve. Due to the drop in pressure and the hot liquid flashes, which further enhances the vaporization process. The sudden vaporization induces cooling and the individual vapor phase molecules of high boiling fraction get condensed, and while low boiling fraction remains as vapor. The mixture is allowed for a sufficient time so that vapor and liquid proportions separate and achieve equilibrium. The vapor is separated through a pipe from above and liquid is collected from the bottom of the separator. By continuously feeding into the still, it is possible to obtain continuous flash distillation. The operating conditions can be adjusted in such a way that the amount of feed exactly equals to the amount of material removed. Therefore, vapor and liquid concentration at any point remain constant in the unit. Uses of flash distillation is used for separating components which boil at widely different temperatures, and it is widely used in petroleum industry for refining crude oil. Advantages are flash distillation is a continuous process, and disadvantages is not effective in separating components of comparable volatility. It is not an efficient distillation when merely pure components are required because the condensed vapor and residual liquid are far from pure. Next is the vacuum distillation, the process in which the liquid is distilled at the temperature lower than its boiling point by the application of vacuum. Vacuum pumps, suction pumps, etc. are used to reduce the pressure on the liquid surface. Distillation under the reduced pressure is based on the principle of simple distillation with some modification. Principle of vacuum distillation is The liquid boils when vapor pressure is equal to the atmospheric pressure, that is pressure on its surface. And if the external pressure is reduced by applying the vacuum, the boiling point of liquid is lowered. Therefore, the liquid boils at a lower temperature, and this principle is illustrated as a given example. The water boils at 100 degrees Celsius at an atmospheric pressure is 101.31 kilopascal at 760 mmHg. At 40 degrees Celsius, the vapor pressure of water is approximately 9.3 kilopascal at 70 mmHg. Hence, the external pressure is reduced to 9.33 kilopascal, where the water boils at only 40 degrees Celsius. The net result in increase in the rate of mass transfer into the vapor. Okay. So the important factor in vaporization is mass of vapor formed is directly proportional to the vapor pressure of evaporating liquid divided by external pressure. Okay. So in your final exam, the question may be asked like, what is distillation? Explain the principle of distillation, explain the Raoult's law, and explain the different types of distillation process. Okay. Likewise, questions will be asked in your final exam. So prepare accordingly. Thank you so much for watching this video.